You have been taught to search the world for signs, to look for a feather, a number, a confirmation from the outside that something good is on its way. But that is the great misunderstanding. The divine, the operant power of the universe, it doesn't send messages to you. It awakens as you. The signs are not out there to be found. They are in here, to be felt. They are shifts in your own consciousness, subtle at first, and then undeniable. These are the true markers of a life that is being blessed from the only source that matters, your own inner world. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you won't just learn to spot these signs. You will activate the very states that produce them, and by the end, you will no longer be waiting for a blessing. You will understand that you are the source of it. Have you mistaken peace for silence? You've been taught to seek a life free from storms, a world without chaos. But that is a fool's errand. The first, undeniable sign that a higher power is moving through you is not the absence of the storm, but the discovery of an unshakable center within it. It's a profound stillness that arises amidst the noise, a deep resonant calm that the world cannot give and cannot take away. This is not emptiness. Oh no, this is fullness. It is the palpable presence of the I Am consciousness awakening within your very being. You feel it in your bones, a quiet hum beneath the surface of reality, assuring you that all is well, even when circumstances scream otherwise. This is your true nature, the bedrock of your existence. You are not the chaos. You are the calm that observes it. You are the eye of the hurricane, and from this center you hold the power to command the winds. This is the state you must assume, for you already are this peace. This feeling, this divine tranquility, it is not passive. It is an active, operant power. It becomes a shield, an invisible fortress around your heart and your mind. The arrows of doubt, fear, and worldly anxiety, they will still fly. The external world will continue its relentless assault, but they will no longer find their mark. They shatter against this newfound internal resilience, for you have selected a new state of being. You have moved your dwelling place from the chaos of the mind to the sanctuary of the soul. You walk through uncertainty with a quiet confidence, not because you know all the answers, but because you are intimately connected to the intelligence that does. You are guided. Every step is ordered. The feeling is the key that locks out fear and unlocks an inner strength you never knew you possessed. This is the first law of spiritual succession. Secure the inner kingdom, and the outer kingdom has no choice but to bow. Now go deeper. Your logical mind will fight this. It will demand proof. It will scream, "How can you be at peace when this is happening?" But this is a peace that surpasses all understanding. It does not compute within the limited framework of human reason, because it is not born of reason. It is a direct download from the infinite. It is a remembrance of your divine origin. This is your refuge. When the pressures of the world feel suffocating, you retreat into this inner sanctum. It is here, in the profound silence of your own being, that clarity is found. It is here that the frantic search for solutions ceases, and the perfect solution presents itself with effortless grace. You stop struggling. You stop forcing. You simply allow this inner power to dissolve the problems that your conscious mind could never solve. This is not surrender in defeat. It is surrender to a higher, more potent power within you. This is how you know it is real. It becomes a tangible experience, more real than the chair you sit on or the air you breathe. It's a warmth that spreads through your chest, a quiet assurance that permeates every cell. This feeling is the evidence. It is the ultimate confirmation that the great creative power of the universe is on your side, because it is inside you. You feel its presence as a constant companion, a silent guide, a source of unwavering strength. It is the universe whispering to your soul, "I am here. I am with you." And the I am within you is infinitely greater than any challenge before you. You cease the futile war with external circumstances because you have finally won the only war that ever mattered, the war for control of your inner world. The assumption of this peace is the assumption of victory. You feel it first, and then you see it manifest. But that's only the surface. This overwhelming peace is not the destination. It is the starting point. It is the fertile soil from which all other divine blessings must grow. It is the foundation upon which a new reality is built. Without this inner stability, any external success is built on sand, destined to crumble. This peace is a state of consciousness, a powerful vibration that begins to resonate with and attract experiences that match it. It is a creative force. It is the calm hand that stills the waters, allowing you to see the reflection of your true desires. This is the first great sign, the key that unlocks the very first gate. Once you have mastered this inner state, you will find it begins to open doors in the outer world, doors you never even knew were there. Now watch closely. Once this profound peace becomes your natural state, the world outside begins to rearrange itself to match your inner harmony. This is the second great sign. Doors begin to swing open. These are not the doors you were banging on, the ones you tried to force with sheer will and desperation. No, these are doors you didn't even see. Opportunities emerge in your career, your relationships, your personal growth, appearing as if out of thin air. You've been conditioned to call this coincidence, luck, or a lucky break, but you will know, with a certainty that transcends logic, that this is the operant power of your own consciousness at work. It is the divine intelligence within, guiding you, placing you on the precise square of the chessboard at the precise moment for checkmate. Your dreams, the ones you almost gave up on, suddenly find a path. It is not your struggle that creates these paths. It is your assumption of the state of the wish fulfilled. You feel the peace of accomplishment first, and the universe conspires to bring the accomplishment to you. This is the part that changes everything. It's when your own efforts have been exhausted, when you've reached the absolute limit of your human capacity, that the real power begins to move. You've planned, you've strategized, you've networked, and you've hit a wall. You surrender, not in defeat, but in faith. You turn inward, you assume the feeling of your goal already being a present fact. And then, a new path emerges, an unexpected phone call, a chance meeting, an idea that floods your mind in the middle of the night. This is the selection of a new reality. You are not creating something out of nothing. You are selecting a reality where the solution already exists. These new paths lead to opportunities that your rational mind deemed impossible. They feel miraculous because they bypass the logical, step-by-step progression you thought was necessary. You are witnessing the law in action. Imagination creates reality. Now go deeper. You must understand that these opportunities are not random. They are divinely orchestrated, perfectly tailored for your unique purpose. They feel right. There is a sense of effortless flow, a feeling of being carried by a current far greater than yourself. This is the universe confirming that you are in alignment. The doors that open are the ones that lead you closer to the person you were always meant to become. It's a beautiful paradox. The less you struggle, the more you achieve. The less you chase, the more you attract. This is because your frantic energy was creating resistance. Your state of wanting was perpetuating the experience of not having. By assuming the state of already being, already having, already succeeding, you dissolve that resistance. You become a magnet for the very things you desire. These opportunities are not a reward for your hard work. They are a reflection of your changed consciousness. You will recognize these moments by their signature of grace. They will not require you to compromise your integrity or betray your soul. They will feel like a homecoming. It's the job offer that not only pays more, but also fulfills your passion. It's the relationship that not only brings you joy, but also supports your spiritual growth. These are not mere worldly successes. They are sacred alignments. You are being blessed not just with what you want, but with what you truly need for your soul's evolution. This is the benevolent nature of the I Am. It doesn't just give you a fish. It teaches you that you are the ocean itself, capable of producing infinite sustenance. You begin to trust this inner power implicitly, knowing that it sees the entire map while you can only see the next step. You learn to walk by faith, not by sight, guided by the feeling of destiny unfolding. But this external success, these open doors, they are merely a reflection of a much deeper transformation. The peace you cultivated opened the door to opportunity, but that opportunity is designed to do something far more important than just improve your circumstances. It is designed to refine you. The blessing is not what you receive. It is who you become in the process. This is the secret that the masters understood. The outer world is just a mirror, a training ground for the soul. The real work, the most profound blessing, is the alchemy that happens within. It's the transformation of your very character, forging you into a vessel capable of holding even greater blessings. The open doors and the newfound opportunities. You must understand, they are not the treasure, they are the crucible. They are the testing ground designed by a higher intelligence to forge you into the person you were destined to be. This is the third, and perhaps the most intimate sign of a divine blessing. You begin to change from the inside out. The blessing is not what you are given, but who you are becoming. The operant power within is not just a cosmic servant for your whims, it is a master sculptor, and you are the marble. You will begin to notice old patterns of thought, old reactions of anger, jealousy and fear, simply falling away. They lose their power over you. You are being refined in a silent, inner fire. You are becoming a vessel capable of holding more light, more power, more grace. This is the secret alchemy of the soul. The external world was changed only to initiate this far more crucial internal change. The first thing you will notice is the birth of an almost supernatural patience. Remember the frantic anxiety, the desperate need for your desires to manifest now? That was the old you, operating from a state of lack and disbelief. Now, a profound trust takes root in your soul. You understand that once a scene is enacted in your imagination and felt as a present reality, its physical manifestation has an appointed hour. It is a law, as certain as gravity. This knowing grants you a calm assurance. The period between the inner assumption and the outer fulfillment is no longer a time of anxious waiting, but a period of joyful expectation. You can now wait with a patience that looks like absolute faith to the outside world, because you know the seed has been planted. It is already growing in the unseen. This patience is not a weakness. It is a profound power, born from the understanding that your inner world is the only creative reality, and then a deeper capacity to love begins to flow through you. This is not the sentimental, conditional love of the ego. It is a fundamental shift in perception. You start to see the I am, the divine consciousness, in every person you meet, even those you once considered difficult or adversarial. The compulsion to judge, to criticize, to be right, it quietly dissolves. In its place, an expansive kindness and a genuine compassion emerge. Why? Because you have found the I am within yourself, and in doing so, you recognize it in all others. You are no longer interacting with separate egos, but with reflections of your own divine self. This is the state from which true miracles of relationship and reconciliation are born. You become a force for harmony, not by trying to change others, but by changing the state from which you perceive them. Your inner kindness literally selects a reality where the world is kinder to you. This inner transformation continues, cultivating a harvest of new qualities. Faithfulness is no longer a struggle. It is your unwavering loyalty to the reality you have assumed within. You become faithful to the unseen, not the seen. Self-control becomes your natural inheritance. You are the master of your inner states, no longer a slave to passing moods or external provocations. Goodness, gentleness, joy. These are not virtues you must strive for. They are the natural fragrance of a consciousness that knows its own divinity. They are the fruit that grows effortlessly when you are rooted in the truth of your own being. This is the proof that you are aligning with a higher will, a divine purpose. Your character is being elevated, strengthened, and polished, not for your own glory, but so that you can become a clearer channel for this creative power to flow into the world. But that's only the surface of this transformation. As your character is refined, something else begins to shift. Your desires, the things you once chased with ferocious ambition, status, external validation, the accumulation of wealth for its own sake, they begin to lose their flavor. They seem small, even hollow, compared to the profound fulfillment you have discovered within. A new longing awakens in your soul, a desire for something more meaningful, more lasting. You start to feel a pull, a calling towards a greater purpose. This is the ultimate aim of the transformation. It's preparing you for the final, most fulfilling sign, the complete alignment of your personal desires with the grand, divine purpose for which you were created. Here is the final, undeniable sign. Your inner transformation begins to reshape the very nature of your desires. The ambitions that once drove you, the relentless pursuit of status, the hunger for external approval, the accumulation of things, they begin to feel like child's play. They lose their power. A new desire, a far deeper and more potent one, awakens from the core of your being. It is the desire to serve, to contribute, to align your life with a purpose far greater than your own comfort or survival. You start to understand that the I am within you has its own grand design, and your greatest joy is found not in resisting it, but in becoming its willing instrument. You shift your focus from what you can get from the world to what you can give to it. This is not a sacrifice. Oh no, it is an enthronement. You are finally taking your place in a divine plan, and the sense of direction and clarity that floods your soul is unmistakable. You come to a profound realization. The infinite's plan for you is infinitely better than any plan you could have devised for yourself. There is an immense relief in this surrender. You stop the exhausting struggle of trying to micromanage the universe. You cease pleading with the power and instead, you unite with it. Your frantic, limited, ego-based strategies were built on fear and a lack of vision. But the divine blueprint is built on infinite wisdom and unconditional love. Aligning with, it feels like a river finally reaching the sea, an effortless, powerful merging with a vast and welcoming force. You learn to distinguish what is truly important from what is merely urgent. Your focus shifts to matters of eternal significance, and the petty anxieties of daily life lose their grip. You have found your true north, and the peace that comes from this direction is the most profound of all. This alignment is the source of a true and lasting fulfillment. It is a joy that is not dependent on circumstances. The fleeting high of a worldly success is like a spark, but this fulfillment is like the sun, a constant, unwavering source of light and warmth from within. It is the deep, resonant satisfaction of knowing you are fulfilling the very purpose for which you were created. You could be stripped of all your possessions, but this feeling would remain untouched, for it is not based on what you have, but on who you are and what you are doing. This is the ultimate freedom. It is a state of being rooted in purpose, a joy that flows from living a life of significance. You are no longer just living, you are participating in the grand act of creation, and that is the highest calling of the human soul. This fulfillment is eternal. It is the treasure that cannot rust, the wealth that cannot be stolen. It is the peace that surpasses all understanding, now made manifest in your daily walk. It is the reward for surrendering your will to a higher intelligence, for trusting that the power that created worlds also created you with a magnificent purpose. Every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth. Every interaction, a chance to express your divine nature. You have found the ultimate secret. The greatest satisfaction in life comes from forgetting the small self and remembering the great I am within. You are no longer a person seeking blessings. You are the blessing itself, being poured out into the world. You have found your place, your purpose, your peace. You have come home. The journey is now clear. The overwhelming peace was the key that unlocked the gate. The unexpected open doors were the path revealed. The transformation of character was the necessary preparation for the journey. And this alignment with a divine purpose, this profound and lasting fulfillment, is the destination itself. A destination you discover was within you all along. You have completed the circle. You have traded the temporary pleasures of the ego for the eternal joy of the soul. You have come to understand that your deepest desire and the infinite's desire for you have always been, and will always be, one and the same. You have simply, finally, remembered who you are. And now, you arrive at the final destination, which you will discover was not a place to get to, but a state to uncover within yourself. This is the ultimate sign, a profound and lasting fulfillment. You have been taught to confuse this with happiness, that fleeting, fragile emotion that depends on external events. But this is not happiness. It is a deep, resonant joy, an ocean of contentment that remains placid even when the storms of life rage on the surface. It is the treasure the sages spoke of, the pearl of great price. It is not something you acquire. It is something you become. You stop chasing the temporary highs of achievement and validation because you have discovered a permanent source of well-being within your own consciousness. This is not a fleeting pleasure. It is a fundamental shift in the very ground of your being. Here is what changes everything. This fulfillment is unconditional. It is weatherproof. It does not rise with your successes nor fall with your failures. It is completely independent of external circumstances. Why? Because you have finally severed your reliance on the world of shadows and anchored your awareness in the world of substance, your inner world. This joy is sourced from your direct connection to the I Am, the operant power within. It is a fire that burns brightly whether you are in a palace or a prison, for its fuel is your own divine nature. You have finally mastered the greatest art, the art of generating your own reality from the inside out. You have assumed the state of fulfillment so completely that the outer world no longer has the power to shake you from it. This is true invincibility. Now go deeper. The greatest satisfaction you will ever know is not in what you possess, but in what you express. This profound fulfillment comes from the direct experience of fulfilling the purpose for which you were created. It is the joy the Creator feels in the act of creation. You realize that your life is your masterpiece, and the expression of your unique gifts is the sacred brushstroke that brings it to life. Every action taken in alignment with your purpose sends ripples of this deep contentment through your soul. You are no longer working for a living. You are living your work. The distinction dissolves. This is the ultimate secret of joy. It is not the prize at the end of the race, but the very feeling of running your true race, at your true pace, on your true path. You will come to understand that this fulfillment is eternal. It is a quality of the soul, not a condition of the personality. It is the peace that surpasses understanding, now made your permanent dwelling place. It is the result of absolute trust, of completely surrendering your small, anxious desires to the magnificent, loving will of the I Am within. You have traded the finite game of the ego, with its constant winning and losing, for the infinite game of the soul, which is played only for the joy of playing. You have built your house upon the rock of your own divine consciousness, and it shall stand forever. This feeling is the key, not just to a better life, but to eternal life, realized here and now. So the journey is complete. The peace was the foundation. The open doors were the path. The transformed character was the vessel. The aligned desire was the compass. And this profound, unshakable fulfillment is the treasure and the home you were seeking all along. It was never outside of you. It was the very core of your being waiting to be remembered. You are no longer a seeker. You are a living embodiment of the divine blessing you once prayed for. You have returned to the source. You have remembered who you are. You are no longer looking for signs. You are leaving them. The peace, the power, the purpose, they are all within you, waiting for your assumption. So, what are you ready to claim as your truth today? Let me know in the comments. Which of these 4 signs do you feel awakening within you right now? Subscribe and turn on notifications because this is not the end. It is the beginning of your remembrance. And if this has stirred something deep inside you, the next video will show you how to command it. Click it now and claim your kingdom.